I'm told that I'm not live on YouTube yet. Nope, totally live on YouTube, guys. Alright, so we're live on YouTube. Sorry, never done this before. Normally this stuff would happen kind of behind the scenes. I guess it's taking a little bit for everyone to get involved. I'm told there's no audio. Let me make sure. There's definitely audio. Yeah, I think my team is just messing with me. So hi guys, thanks for hanging out and messing with me. You had the page muted. Good job, guys. All right, so let's talk about 3D modeling because, well, it's not always that easy. But before we get too far into that, I'd like to point out that I am joined today by the lovely, illustrious Victoria here. We'll give you guys, you know what? We're going to go big camera, cat cam. Look at this. Look at you. Absolutely adorable today. As always. Such cat. Much wow. So, I'm going to move that back into place. Just got to look on my screen. And back to small Grant. So we're going to be talking all about 3D modeling. So let's start with what we're doing today. We are doing a cane. This is my cane. For those that don't know, about a year ago, I suffered a life-changing injury where I herniated 2 discs in my back. And yes, he can still walk. It's not that bad. But you know what? It still kind of sucks. At 31 years old, I need a cane. So this thing's kind of boring. The original handle for it sucks something fierce. So I made one. This one is fully 3D printed. It looks crazy acid green in this because of all the extra lighting that we have. Because I'm not actually using a webcam, we are using a camcorder for all of this that gives me a clean output. So I'm actually going to move you over just a smidge. Sorry, cat. You're facing the wrong way, so you guys get to see the cat's feet. But this fits my hand perfectly. We're going to have a video coming up on this for you shortly so you can see how I did it. But we're going to be doing the rest of the cane. But here's the deal. Actually, I can show the cane handle for you right here on screen. But here's the deal, right? We need to do this correctly. And I want to show everybody kind of at the same time how we do it and what's going on. So this is the original cane handle right here. It was very simple. I designed it in, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12 or 13 steps to get this. And that's pretty nuts, but if you don't understand it, it's going to be a problem. So, to solve that, we're going to start over here. We're going to start here in Tinkercad. And while we're at it, let's talk about softwares. Tinkercad, as you can see, we have some designs in it. Tinkercad is not bad, but it's also not great. And that kind of sucks. But it is very intuitive. And so both Fusion 360 and Tinkercad are both inside of the Autodesk family. So this is kind of the place where you would go to log in. Fusion 360 is $495 a year unless you sign up for their hobbyist account, which is legally free, which is pretty cool. Tinkercad is completely free, and we can do a new design. So Tinkercad is very similar to what you would expect out of a Minecraft or, you know, a building game. There are some new things since the last time we used it. It's been a minute. Will it let me use my... Nope. It does not let me use my... I have a 3D Connection Space Pilot Pro, which inside of Fusion lets me move things. It's a little joystick, basically. And it is designed specifically for CAD. If you do not have it, you do not need it. We're actually going to do a lot of this kind of with the actual proper controls. And that way you guys are able to kind of see what I'm doing. But let's start here inside of Tinkercad and kind of show what's going on. We can throw a box. Boom! Have a box. And now you can say, okay, let's move you over some. We can say, okay, it can be whatever darn color you want. It can even be a hole. Well, let's not deal with that yet. We have a 10-step box. The more steps you have, the smoother it gets versus the less smooth. Now, this doesn't matter all that much in a square, or I guess that would be a cube, but it matters a lot in a sphere. So if we look, we can cut it way down and its faceting gets higher, or we can kick it all the way up. If you are designing in Tinkercad for the purposes of 3D printing, you want to make sure that your steps are as high as possible. When it comes to sizing on Tinkercad, we can come right here. So we can say, okay, we want the length instead of 20. We want to change it to, I don't know, 80. Are you going to do that? Nope. Cool beans. Gotta love Tinkercad. 80. There we go. All right, so it did that move for us. So now we have a what is this? A rectangular prism that is 20 by 20 by 80 long. And mind you, everything that we're doing today is going to be in the metric system. So if you're not in tune with the metric system and you want to get into 3D printing, hi, everything in this industry is in metric. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. You can design in inches. You could even, I guess, try to convert a printer over to inches, but most of them, by and large, are in metric. All the ones that we use, all the ones we've ever used, even the big hardcore ones, are metric, because a lot of them are actually not made in the United States. A lot of the stuff is made overseas. Even the ones made in America, like our Lulzbot Taz 6, which is actually right above my head behind me, is metric, even though it is made in America. So we are able to design in here. So let's say we have this. We can grab ourselves a cylinder. It's a hole. And so that means the end part will now have that cylinder cut out of it. And see, this is, relatively obvious. We can scribble. I don't even know how to do that. Oh, hey, look at this. This is new. This is the last time. So we can do, 3D. Oh, come on. M. Yeah. Okay, objectively, that's pretty cool. That's never something that I've used before. So that is pretty great. I'm gonna say done. I'm gonna use it. That's, I would say for sure that's a really great way to turn artwork, like children's artwork, into this, or let kids kind of draw out. And let's be very real here. Tinkercad is very much built toward children. I mean, come on, the colors. I love them, but, that's me. I was going to initially try to design this in Tinkercad, but I know it's going to be a nightmare. Tinkercad is not bad when you're starting, and you will find very quickly that, let's say I want to have this hole specifically here, but I need to make this bigger. Is it possible to lock shapes? Yes. So we can lock shapes, but now I can't change this anymore. So to do that, I can unlock it. I can grab this. Let's say I want to take this and change it to 30. Well, now nothing is connected anymore. There's no way to kind of click things together in that method. So let's go to a program that can. I am still amazed that it can do hand drawings like that. I should take my signature and do that. That'd be something that we give away. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep talking about Tinkercad. I want anyone who is watching that wants to hang out and chill with us to go to Autodesk.com, search for Fusion 360, grab yourself a free trial. You can then, after 30 days, sign up for the hobbyist account. The hobbyist account only allows you to have 10 open things at a time, which is not great, but you can deactivate stuff and then reactivate it later. So, it's not bad. And if you are a student or you are a teacher, of which I am a teacher as well, you are able to apply for an education license, which is the $495 a year license, but totally for free. So we have 2 licenses here at 3D Musketeers. I have one that I pay for that is strictly for making stuff for clients. And then we have one that I don't pay for, which is my education one, which is strictly for things like this, educating, or when we go and hang out at schools digitally, because safety, I'm able to use that one and not really mix between clients and not clients. So this is Fusion 360. And so let's take a look. Let me make sure that I still look okay. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine. Oh, apparently everybody wants the cat cam. Do I have to go back to the cat cam? I mean, look, if this sleeping cat is more interesting to you than I am, I understand, and I'm not going to judge whatsoever. So, Allison, so glad you're here hanging out. I know it's a little late for you in the UK, so thank you so much for hanging out with us. So, we're going to do a new design. And the first thing you need to do, let's talk about designing. It's so weird for me, because normally these pauses that I make, we can edit them out, but it's live, we can't edit them out. Forgive me, I am new at this stuff. Next stream is just Victoria. Okay, well, I guess the next one could be Victoria. I should just go on a Twitch just chatting, live stream the cat all darn day. Or do it on here. Just live stream an adorable cat all day. That's what we'll do. The thing with Fusion 360 and all CAD packages is you have to think, instead of cubes and, cones and roofs and whatever the heck they're calling this, a round roof, I guess that makes sense, half sphere, you can't think like this. It's really, really weird. And I will tell you, as someone that has learned, it's kind of bad. It is difficult to get there. Is Victoria doing CAD? No, she's not. She is our director of marketing and director of HR, because we realize if the cat doesn't like it, nobody else is going to either. But she's incredibly friendly. Even if I go and pet her belly, she will probably just nibble on me a little bit. But she is my rock, and I love her so. She has been with us for 5 years now, almost 5 years. You're almost 5 years old, Victoria. Doesn't even wake up. I say her name, doesn't care. But I bet if I say, do you want a treat? Oh, yeah. Yeah, she woke up for that. Go back to bed. So CAD is a little bit different in that we have to look at doing things on a 2D surface and then extruding. It is weird, and I promise we're going to get through this. We're going to get through it together. What we're going to use today, we're going to use the cane. Let me make sure that it is in frame. We're going to use the cane here. Let's go to Big Grant. Okay. We're going to use the cane today. We're going to need that. We're going to need some calipers. The cheapest ones you can find that are digital will likely be more than adequate. We do not need Mitutoyos. If you've got Mitutoyos, hey, more power to you. Love you to death. I can't spend $200 on calipers that this cat broke. She broke my last pair of calipers. I kid you not. The darn cat broke my last pair of calipers. It blows my mind. We are also going to need the hardware. So I have chosen... Of course, I grabbed M2.5. I got to jump up and grab some M3, but I've got some M3 nylon lock nuts here. And let me jump up and grab some M3. I will be right back. I did not look at that. And see, this is why Grant normally records things. And see, the other fun thing about having a back problem is standing and sitting sucks. So I've got my big bag of hardware of doom, and we're going to grab out of it. Let's see. I need to... Always when you need it, when you need something, you can't find the darn thing. Well, you're not open, but we're going to open you anyways. All right. Oh, jeez. whole moving thing. It's like when you hit 30, your body just falls apart. So sorry about that. I'd accidentally grabbed M2.5 instead of M3, and I'd like to point out how similar they look. Focus. Hey, focus. Yeah, pretty darn similar. So, gonna take the M2.5, toss it off to the side so I don't do that again. We need to open this. I keep an X-Acto knife on my desk. The cat is trained to ignore it. She's actually trained to sit in doorways too, which is kind of cool. So we need the hardware. I've chosen M3 hardware to do this because it is my preference of hardware. I have pounds of it. And I'm going to give away a free plug here to trimcraftaviationrc.com. The owner, Gino, is awesome. This bag is 100 pieces. M3 by 25. I'm sure I paid less than $10 for that. I'm positive I paid less than $6 for that. And it's stainless hardware. So if you're in the United States, this is great stuff to buy, especially if you need little tiny screws like I do, because we need to model this stuff. So let's get into it here. God, it's so weird doing everything live. I'm sorry. It's just awkward for me. All right. We're at Fusion. We need to do a few things. We need to get, there are 2 different diameters of this cane because it can be extended or retracted to different levels. So we need to get that. And to do that, we're going to use our calipers and we're going to measure the diameter. You want to make sure that you do not measure on a curve. So what happens on these, they flatten it as they go to curve. This is not mandrel bent. This is just a cheap bent piece of aluminum. So we need to grab it when it's not curved. So we can grab it here on this edge. And it is 22.15. So we're going to do probably 22, we'll do 22.15, and we're gonna talk about why that matters. So we go up here, we grab the circle, we do 22.15, we hit enter. Look at that. We have our first shape. Gotta love it. And so for people that are wondering, when you get it set up, if you don't have a 3D connection tool, one, they're amazing. If you want to get into CAD, it's a pretty great tool to have. If you don't want to get into CAD, you can hire us, 3dmusketeers.com. See, then I would say, editor, shameless plug goes here. But I don't have that. No editors. We're doing it live. So that's the diameter of our cane. Now we need to decide how thick do we want everything else to be. So some things that I want to have on this cane, I want to minimally make sure that I can put 3D musketeers between these bends here. Now there's some labels and garbage that have been there, but we've got from here to here, which is longer than my caliper. I have a little 6-inch caliper. So Walmart sells these, but any metric tape measure is good too. You can just take a basic approximation. When you are using tape measures, it is customary to burn a certain amount. And that way you have a better idea of what you're looking at, okay? So instead of using this end, because I need to know, with relative precision, I'm going to burn 100 or 10 centimeters. So we need to then take the length. So we've got, let's see here. Boy, it's tough to do on your own here. It looks like, we're going to call it 450, and I think I might give myself a little bit of extra room because we will have to account for this pin, and that's going to be a fun one. We'll figure out what letter is going to be there, and we will account for it. So let me make sure to burn this. Yeah, actually 450. So our real distance is 350. So I'm going to mark that down. 350 is roughly 14 inches. So let me get to a place where I can write it down. Okay. 350 millimeters. So we know that we need to have something that fits around this. Normally speaking, 3 millimeters, 1/8 of an inch, 6 millimeters, 1/4 of an inch. So let's do one that is 6 millimeters. And we could very simply grab another circle, click it, and drag it out. But then we'd have to do, okay, you know, 22.15 plus 6 millimeters. Grant. Yes, plus 6 millimeters. There you go, 28.15. Or, let me delete this. We can click this. We can hit the O key for offset, and then we can choose 6 millimeters. And here's why we're going to do that. Let's delete this. Because if we go back to this circle and we do 22.15 plus 6 millimeters, okay, let's say I change this dimension to 15. The outside doesn't change anymore. They're not stuck together. If we click this and we do an offset, we do a 6 millimeter offset, it's effectively the same thing. But now if I change this to 15, that 6 millimeter offset stays with it. That's the trick with CAD. It is about making sure that everything is stuck to itself. Now we need to actually do, well, no. I'm going to make this be a perfect fit. Here's why. It's not going to perfectly fit on a 3D printer. We know this. We know it's not going to perfectly fit. But it's going to be thin plastic, 1/4 inch thick plastic. I might make it 1/8 of an inch. We're going to find out, because that means it's going to be a whole 1/2 inch thicker. Let me see, because if we take the cane here, let me make sure that you all can see that. I know, he wasn't prepared. Just give me a break. So if we go here and we add, let's say to 24. No, sorry, 12. So 22 to 34. That's how wide the cane would be. I guess that's not that bad. So for those watching at home, that's not that bad, but I think I might choose 4 millimeters instead. Kind of split the difference. Give myself a little bit of extra stuff here. And by the way, I have no pre-planning for this. We're just going for it. So if you all are watching on YouTube, please, 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 please leave us a like. Let us know that you're hanging out. It would be really awesome to communicate with some of you out there in the internet. I think we're live on Twitch doing something. We're live on Facebook. I just don't know how to communicate with anyone, so I can see the YouTube chat. So if you're hanging out on YouTube, say hi. Let me know you're there, and I'll give you a shout out on stream. That does not apply to staff. So yeah, let's do this. So we have 3D Musketeers. Musketeers. 10 plus 2, that's 12 letters. We have 350 millimeters. So let's do this interestingly. This is all we're going to do right now on this sketch. So we're going to finish the sketch. But Grant, all we have is this weird dot. Okay. Well, we're going to extrude it, and that is the E key. You can also come here to the extrude button there. We're going to extrude this 350 millimeters. This is the amount of workspace that we have. I'm ignoring you. One of the staff members says, hey, I'm cool, shout me out. You just got hired. You're now a staffer. Let it go. Okay, so we have all of this. This is how big that we have to work with, okay? But I'm already seeing that we're going to run into some issues. So let's go back to our, what is this? Our sketch here. And let's design it out. I want this to be 2 pieces so that we can use an Allen key to screw them together. That allows me to take pieces off, put pieces on, whatever we want to do, it allows me to easily do this. So we need to have provisions for it, which include some lines. So we're going to do some drawing. We're going to take a line, draw it to here, maybe to there, maybe to, I don't know, here. Notice how we see, Nadav Mavor, hi, how's it going? When we do things that don't have numbers attached to them, they turn blue. Ultimately, for CAD, your goal is to go to black. You want stuff to be black. That means it is perfectly and properly constrained. Now, I want this to be in the middle. How would we do that? Other than measuring, it's not that easy. So we can cheat in CAD. We can do L for line, which brings that up, and X, because X gon' give it to you. These are things that get edited out in the main videos that we're not going to edit out this time. But so X means construction. And so instead of that solid line like you saw earlier, these are dotted. Escape to get out of the line tool. Make sure that you turn off construction. Dotted lines don't matter. They're there for referencing. So we can take we're going to do a midpoint constraint on this line. For here? No. That's not what we wanted to do. We want to do... We're going to go to create. We're going to create a point. We're going to drag it up until you see there was a triangle. See that triangle? That means it's a midpoint. Now we're going to go with a coincident from here to here. Dang it. Oh boy. Okay. So that's what I wanted. Now we're going to make sure that these two are equal. Making sure that they are is very important. We also want to make sure that they are tangential. It appears they already are, which is great. And actually, I'm going to cheat because I like this style and I want it to look identical. So we're going to use the mirror tool. We already have our object selected. We're going to select the line and boom, it's now mirrored. But if you notice, everything is still blue because we are missing one key feature. We got to do one more line here. And these are always good to have. If you start and just do an L of constructions, it's a pretty good thing to have. But now we just need to set our distance from the center. So to do that, we're going to use the key D for distance. We're going to click this line and this line. And now that will tell us how far away we are. I don't want it to be that far, so I'm thinking maybe 15? Nope. 22? Maybe. Yeah, 22 might work. Let's try 22 for now. We're going to look at I want to know how big this is. It's going to yell at me. Oh, I guess it won't. I don't want this to be any longer than, let's say, 8 or 9 millimeters because we want to be able to pass. You know, let's make it 10. What size did I just open? M3 by 10. We're going to make it so M3 by 10s fit since I have 100 of them. We're going to do that. So we want to make this 10 millimeters. And so the trick there should be pretty simple. We can put a hole through it so that we can insert the bolt and it will sit reasonably flush. This should work. And now we're going to do another mirror because I don't want to do this again over here and I want it to be identical. This is where it starts to get cool. This is where CAD really comes into play. Okay? Right? It's mirrored. But let's say, I really want that to be 11. You see how everything just updated? That is why CAD is amazing. It just works. It just works. Okay? I clearly also need to make sure that I stay away. I think my face cam is basically here. I'm sorry. I'm learning. This is my first stream. Somebody work with me. Stay hydrated. Hopefully the audio is coming in good too. For those wondering, we are using a Samson Q2U microphone. The camera is a Canon Vixia HFR 800 camcorder. They give a clean HDMI signal going into a generic HDMI capture card and into my computer. So there you go. And for those wondering what it looks like to run a very old computer doing this kind of thing, there you go. I have a 4770K. It is overclocked to 4.27 gigahertz from its 3.5 gigahertz base clock. And we're running a GTX 1080 Ti. That is new. I do have a CPU bottleneck, and I did buy it before all the craziness. The Wi-Fi is going crazy because we are exporting at a pretty high bit rate. So, things to know. I love how they're all like stealth staff. Cool beans. All right, so I'm happy there. Let's finish the sketch. But wait a minute, Grant. The sketch is gone. No, it's not. It's here. Chuck Testa. But wait, we want this to be the same length. Now, we could hit E again for extrude and, you know, click the extrude, and we could even cheat and click this top piece. But we don't need to do that. We can come back into the extrude down here. We can double click it. We can just add these to it. There you go. This might look really stupid. I really don't know. And see, here's where it gets even better. Let's say go back here and say, you know, I really only want it to be 3 millimeters thick. I can do that, and everything else adjusts. This is still 22 millimeters away. So now we might want to change that. Let's go to 20 and see what that looks like. Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right. There you go. And because it's CAD, everything updated. Okay. There you go. And this is parametric is what we're working with. One of the staffs in our private chat says, for the next stream, we need to look into NVEC so your PC doesn't want to kill itself. This is NVEC. And honestly, the PC's pretty happy. This is not bad. Okay, we're at like 60 to 70% CPU. That's not bad. Okay, I can roll with that all day. We're overclocked heavy. We got lots of Noctua fans. We're staying icy. We're fine. It'll be fine. Anyways, let's get back to it. So we've got this, and now we want to cut it up into 12 sections. Because we have 12 letters. Well, 12 digits. Right? Is digits the right word? 12 thingies! That's the technical word in 3D Musketeers. So we got to cut it up into 12 pieces. So to do that, let's do a offset plane. And I wonder if we... Yeah, let's construct an offset plane. Let's grab up our calculator. Is it going to be over here? Cool. 350 divided by 12. Nice. We're going to go 30 just because I'm lazy and I don't feel like typing all that crap in. So let's go back to here. It's going to be off of this surface, and it's going to be 30 millimeters up. And we're going to... No editing means no denoiser. Yeah. Eilish says, I think I can hear your fans whirring away. I think that's actually the air conditioning. Let me fix that. Other good thing about having a cane is I can shut doors and things from the cane. So let's see. All right. Maybe that's a little bit better. I'm doing my best. Sorry. Again, it's live, so it's a little burr and such. Yes, I know. I can type it in Fusion 360 to do my the calculations, but it's just easier to do it this way. And I want everyone to know, I am not an expert at this. This is just from what I know how to do. So if there are experts watching this, they're probably laughing at me. I'm sorry. I wonder if there is an easy way to do offset planes, but a lot of them. It does not appear it, so that's okay. We're going to keep doing offset planes. We're going to offset them off of the offsets. Okay, well, I'm glad the whirring of the fans is not a problem. It was just in support of the notion that your computer was working hard. Yes, it is. I'm working hard. The computer is working hard. The cat, she's hardly working. I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but this is the way that I know how to do it, so this is how we're doing it. Can you pattern the plane? I wonder. Yeah, let's find out. Pattern. Rectangular pattern. This would be a feature? No. But you know what we can do? I know exactly what we can do. We can cheat this. Alright, we're going to modify. We're going to split the body. We're going to split the body there. We're going to select this plane for the splitting tool. Boom. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come in here. This is piece 1. I'm just going to turn that one off. And we're going to pattern, rectangular pattern, the body. We're going to rectangular pattern the whole darn body. So what we're going to do is we're going to do everything that we need. And then we're going to rectangular pattern the body. And then we're going to go back and individually do, which I think we can do on one sketch, all the 3D Musketeer things. Maybe. We're going to find out together. Alright. So, I'm going to... And basically, this is your bar with all your information. So I can turn things on and off. If I want to get rid of that construction, I can. If I want to get rid of the sketch, I can. The sketch is probably superfluous at this point, so we're going to get rid of it. We don't really need the plane anymore. We need to know the distance here. So, if you don't want to go back to your sketch to figure out your distances, you can just click on something. It'll be down here in this corner. It is 10 millimeters. So we are going to do an offset plane. And we're going to do one. Oh, we don't need to do that because we can have a plane right through the center. And that's why it's always good to work off of your origin, because now I've got my plane. I can come in here. I'm going to split your body with that tool, which I guess I didn't need to do that construction. I could have just used the origin. That's going to give us 2 distinct bodies. Pretty cool. So we're going to call this the front. And we're going to call this the back. It's funny because initially I was going to try to design this all in Tinkercad. And then when I got, like, frustrated and got on a Grant rant, I was just going to do it in Fusion. But it took me, like, 2 minutes inside of Tinkercad to realize I can't do it. So I apologize. We're just doing it in Fusion. And so now we need to, and we're going to remove one of them. Because we need to get where all of our holes are going to be. Me, I like stainless steel hardware, so I'm going to do 2 on every one of them. But I can't just draw a circle. I need to do another sketch. Okay. So we have our sketch. Let me make sure. Alright, cool beans. We're going to do... Oh, because this is all north of the origin. It's fine. I've got some things planned. We're going to hit P for project. This will give us the systems we have to work with. And for some reason, if you project more than one thing, it ignores the first thing you click. Don't ask me why. It's just the way Fusion does things. We're going to do an L and an X. That's going to give us a midpoint that we can work with. I apologize some of the graphical things. This is what happens when you have a computer that is yelling at itself. Also, Justin, who is telling me that NVENC encoding will not load my GPU more. That's pretty loaded. Fusion 360 is all CPU bound, for those that are wondering. It almost never uses your GPU. And so Nadav Mavor says to use the hole it's built into Fusion 360. I know it is. But we're going to do it with sketches because of the way that I want to do it. We're going to end up with one sketch that, based on how we offset all of our extrudes, we're not going to need to use the hole feature, and it only becomes one sketch instead of 5 or 6 different holes. And yes, we could do the one hole, then this is the way I've always done it. I recognize this is not the best way. I gave you the disclaimer early on. I'm not an expert. This is just, yeah, this is how I've learned. This is how my brain works. And I feel like a lot of people here are here because their brains maybe work a little similar to mine. Maybe they just hate cricket. That's the other reason a lot of people are here. So hi, all you cricketers and crafters out there that are looking to level up. Should we do it? Take a shot every time I say level up? Well, that's what we've always been joking about internally. But now is when you need your calipers, because now we're going to start measuring things, because now it starts to matter. We have our M3 bolt. We're going to take some measurements. We have 2.92, give or take. I know you couldn't see that because there is so much lighting in front of me. It's 2.92. Here's the deal. Something you need to know about 3D printing. It is not perfect. So we're going to do a circle here. Oops, Grant. You got to get rid of construction. X to get rid of construction. We're going to do a circle, but we're going to do it, let's say, probably 3.5. That's going to give us enough to make sure that this thing slides through without any issues. And that we could then support, that we don't have to support it when we're printing and deal with the fact the top's going to sag a little bit. We also need to know how big the head of the screw is. So the head of the bolt, excuse me, is 5.42. So we're going to do 5.75 for that. But, again, we want to make sure that we do it as an offset. Do we? For this one, no. I don't. Let's do it. 5.75, that is 2.25 divided by 2. I don't know, 2.25 divided by 2 millimeters. Oh, you're not going to like that, are you? No? Fine. Screw it. We're not going to do an offset. We're just going to do another one. So 5.75. Yes, Nadav, hopefully I'm saying your name correct. Please correct me if I'm wrong. When you are dealing with metric hardware, which is crazy that they do it like this, because who would ever think that it would be right? Looking at you, American SAE, with your 2x4s that are 1.75 by 3.5. That's BS and cheap. The threads on an M3 are 3 millimeters plus or minus a little bit. Oh, he's telling me don't put millimeters in it. Let's find out. Okay, fine. Is it gonna get? Let's do an offset. 2.25 divided by 2. Magic. This is why I like doing live streams, because it's like, oh yeah, hey, you're an idiot. Here's how to do it right so you don't be an idiot. So we have this. We also now need to get our nylocks. I'm probably not going to end up using nylon lock nuts. I'm going to probably end up using standard metric M3 nuts. But for some reason, I spent like 10 minutes before I did this video trying to find everything and still messed up and grabbed M2 instead of M3. I could not find my regular M3 nuts, so we're going to model it for M3 nylon lock nuts. And so let me get a pair of pliers so I can show you what a nylon lock nut is. Nylon lock nuts, boy, that's tiny, have a little piece of nylon in them, so when you screw everything down, it doesn't go anywhere. This is not the right thing to use here, because what's going to happen is as soon as that nylon catches a thread, it's not going to want to allow you to keep screwing down. Apparently, we're calling this You Are an Idiot Live. But I'm the idiot, I think. Whatever. A little bit of self-deprecating humor is awesome in this shop. We love that kind of thing. That's why I call Amber the better 3/4. It's actually self-deprecating humor, but it's also true. She's an ICU nurse. It, like, literally helps people when they're at their most vulnerable. Me, I sit here and make weird stuff with the cat. So, we're going to get some measurements from this nylon lock nut. I might eventually have to modify it. I'll likely end up doing that off camera, but hey, is what it is. We want to know some basic measurements from this. So I want to get the flat to flat measurement. Okay, just like that. I want to get the flat to flat measurement, which is 5.43. There are two different ways to do this. We're going to do a polygon, and I believe the one that we want is... Let me verify. We want a circumscribed polygon, because that, yeah, it gives me flat to flat. So this is 5.43. We want to give it just a little bit. We want these to be pretty tight when they go in. So let's do, I don't know, 5.43. Let's go to 5.6. Boy, that's big. That doesn't... Oh, ha! Yeah, because, yeah, 5.6 divided by 2. And I guess if I get rid of the millimeters, it works. Ha ha! Beautiful! Oh, dude, I didn't realize that it was going to be the same size. That's pretty cool. All right, and so we want to take this... So everything can still move around. Yeah, radius. I know. You all are behind me a little bit. It's kind of weird. I figured it out. Sorry. But I am actually going to go back and undo that because I want to make sure that we have our construction lines. Our construction lines even here are important. We want to do one vertical as well. Because when we do the polygon, circumscribed. Dang it, Grant, you didn't get rid of your... I'm sure like all the designers out there are like, oh! Well, too bad. That's why I said it's an intro class, guys. It's an intro class. All right, so we have that. Now we're going to make sure that we have our things that are parallel. I can import it and cut it from the object. I can go to GrabCAD and do the same thing. But I want people to also understand how to do this, yeah, the hard way. Someone freaking sue me, right? Yes, you can go to your browser, go to GrabCAD. You can go to... Oh, it didn't work. McMaster, and you can pull it. I don't know what the Mac library is. I'm guessing there's a Mac. I don't know. No clue. Don't even know how to do that. But I figure uploading like M3 hardware, which we can go into here and do search for M3 nut, and we'll likely find some pretty quickly. Now, so hex spacer standoffs. We can come into McMastercar. M3 nut. And we could grab, I don't know, one of these. Sure, one of those. Hit product details. And McMaster's really cool because you can actually download the CAD. And you would do it likely in 3D Step or 3D SolidWorks. We're not doing that. Whoops. We're not doing that because it doesn't matter. We're doing it live. Said this before. We're doing it live. The long hair. Most people don't know my hair's this long. We're going to do a fundraiser. Oh, apparently it's built in a Fusion 360. I had no clue. See, I'm learning something every day. Yeah, we're going to do a fundraiser once my back is all fixed. We're going to do a fundraiser. We're going to chop all my hair off. And if we can donate it, we're going to donate it. If it's long enough to donate, I'm going to go have it like professionally cut and donated. If not, we're going to raise money and we're going to, whoever like raises the most amount of money gets to choose what my head looks like for 48 hours. And we're going to have one of our staff members shave my head. It's going to be fun. Anyways, I digress. We want to make sure that everything is horizontal and vertical. So we'll start with this. We'll make that horizontal. Okay. And again, we don't have any more constraints on this because, well, we don't know where we want these. So we can move the entire thing. We're going to do some more lines here. Going to do a line here. And a line there. I want to have enough meat left. Oh, apparently, if McMaster is built in? No. Nadav, how do I do that? How do I add... I can do that? No. I don't even know how to do that. So I'm not gonna. But apparently McMaster is built into Fusion 360 now. And you are able to totally just pull things. Also, look at this chicken wing. Do you see this little chicken wing? Hi. Oh, can I have some? No? Oh, man. What a good cat. What a good cat. What a good cat. All right, we also want to make sure that the center of this is coincident with the center. That's a big deal. We want to make sure that our bolts are centered along the system. And, you know, I'm thinking that I made a mistake having this be horizontal, because it means they're relatively close to this edge. So let's get a measurement between that point and here. 1.229 millimeters. So yes, I did make a mistake. I want that to go away. Can we rotate this? No, you're not going to allow me to rotate. Well, oh well. 1.229 millimeters, it's probably okay. We're not going to put a bunch of torque on it. But that is all that we need to do everything that we need to do. This is pretty cool here. So, let me bring back the back. Well, Grant, you big dummy. No, let's do it this way. I'm going to show you guys how to copy things and mirror them another way. So we're going to finish the sketch. We need to grab this hole. Is that a solid line? It totally is. Whoopsie. Here. Because X gonna give it to you to make a construction. Okay. Now we're going to extrude this. And this needs to go... It's a profile plane. A distance is no, Grant. It's all. Needs to go in both directions. Wow. There. No. Fine. We're not going to use all. We're going to use distance because it's going to yell at me. So, there. Just extend it a ton. That's all. What? Okay. Well, that doesn't want to play ball, apparently. Huh. That's weird. I've not encountered that. Let's do another extrude. Let's turn that off. Let's turn sketch 2 on. Let's grab that. Let's extrude it. There. Okay, it worked the second time. I don't know. I don't pretend to know everything that I'm doing. That is really cool. Fusion 360 uses the McMaster-Carr website as its standard parts library. McMaster-Carr can be accessed directly in Fusion 360. Go to the ribbon in the Insert pane, Insert McMaster-Carr component. In the Insert McMaster-Carr component dialog box, navigate to the part to insert. Click the part number and select the product detail. Supported parts show CAD crosshair. Dude! I didn't even know that was a thing. That's really cool. Holy crap. Holy crap. Yeah, sure. Oh, dude. No way. No way. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, wait. Okay, so someone... Oh, cool. Thanks, dude. Sends me the link directly in Discord. I thought that was maybe you. But I didn't know. I don't like calling people out. That is absolutely cool. I had no idea about this. We're not doing it for this because Grant didn't know. And now that Grant knows, it's kind of like cheating. We're going to do an extrude. And so we also now need to know how deep the nut is. Now, for nylocks, they're deeper than standard nuts, but that's okay. The nut is roughly 4 millimeters deep. that's what we're going to do. Now we have something to worry about here. We have to make sure that we have 4 millimeters between here and here. We do. We have 5. That's not a lot. So if it was a nylock, it's probably going to stand out. I'm going to cheat. There's a ridge on nylocks that'll tell you basically how deep a regular nut would be. They're basically 2 millimeters. I'm going to only go in 3. So the front side, which is this side, that's where I want my bolts to be. Yes, Justin, I didn't know this, but apparently it does become a pain in the butt. Why didn't I know it? Because I'm not a paid designer. Unlike you, Justin. You, sir, are a paid designer. You all can't get mad at me. I'm a business owner. I got way other things to deal with than freaking McMaster now. I don't pay attention to that stuff, man. I got crap to do. Got crap to do. All right, so let's take care of the nut first. We're going to remove the front just so we have this. We need to figure out... That is our 285. Okay, it doesn't matter. Oh, and I guess we also need to figure out... Let me go back to this, because I did the one thing I said we should be doing. I want to get the distance between here, here. Honestly, 10 millimeters is pretty great. I'm okay with that. Yeah. And everything's black because it now knows where it all is. We're going to do the nut first. So to do an extrude, it needs to be this and this, 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 and that. It's like this and like that. Oh. So we're going to, it is going to be an offset plane. We're going to offset it 2 millimeters. And then we're just going to keep extruding out. And there you go. Now we have a hole for our nut. 2 millimeters should be plenty. Maybe 2.5. I mean, these aren't going to be held on with a ton of force. There's really no reason to. So that's what we'll do. We'll do 2.5. Now we have the hole for the nut. The nut will be able to drop right down. Right, these are hex nuts. I'm not an idiot. Okay, totally hex nuts. I'm just waiting for someone to come and be like, you're doing it wrong. Well, you know, I'm not an expert. Sue me. This is why we have design staff, so that you don't get Grant doing your stuff. Sometimes Grant does your stuff. Sometimes. You may not know. If it's easy enough, Grant doesn't do it. We have to now remember, and I don't because I'm doing this live, how tall the head is on the bolt. It is 3 millimeters. I actually want that to stick proud a little bit, so it's actually going to end up being the same thing. We're going to do an offset plane. We're going to do probably negative 2.5, and then dig it out. And so if we now look, we'll get rid of the sketch. We have where the bolt goes in, where the nut goes in, and now everything can be held together. We're going to now also do some fillets and chamfers. Me, I'm a fillet guy. I'm like Frank's Red Hot. Put that expletive deleted on everything. I have to be careful not to cuss. In our videos, I can cuss because we have editors. We can remove it. Let's look at like what a 1 millimeter fillet looks like. That's probably not going to look great. Let's look at a chamfer. Maybe a chamfer will look better. Yeah, chamfer's going to look better here. I know, he just said he's a fillet guy. Well, now I'm a chamfer guy. We don't want a chamfer on the inside. So when you hit control, and then lets you kind of add more stuff to it. But instead, we're going to do add selection. We're going to click here. I want to add a small chamfer. That'll really help things get moving. I want to add another one here. And I can go back here and say, okay, on this edge, I want to make sure that we add another fillet or another chamfer. The chamfer is just going to help things kind of slide into where they need to go. Just make stuff a little bit easier. We're also going to chamfer that. Chamfer that. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I'm just now realizing that having a letter here is gonna really suck. Oh well, we're in it. So we're gonna turn on Sketch 2 because it does have a mirror that I need. We're going to go to Create. Where are we? Mirror. We want to mirror the features. So we're going to mirror this, that. Oh my gosh, everything is freaking out. Let's turn off the sketch for right now. This, that, this. Oh no. This. And I guess that's probably everything. Yep. So we're going to mirror it, and we're going to mirror it over... Oh, it needs to be a plane. Ha. Rip. Alright, well, we're going to construct some planes. We're going to do a mid-plane between here and here. And then the origin will be the other one. So now we can do create, mirror, features. It's not a bug. It's feature. Okay. I got all that. Mirror plane. Boom. Pretty cool stuff. We're going to do the same for the other side. We need to turn our origin back on. We can turn off these planes. So we're going to create another mirror. Again, features. Let's turn off that sketch. Here. Sometimes Fusion clicks on things you don't want it to click on. So just be careful about that. Let's do that. Oh, cool. That's all as one feature. Cool beans. And we're going to mirror it across there. There you go. That is the component that we're going to use. And yes, I could have just gone online and downloaded a CAD. CADable? Is that the right word? CADable? I don't know. Bar clamp. Because that's really what we just built. We built a bar clamp. Totally fine, by the way. Nothing wrong with bar clamps. Let me see. Do we have anything on... Okay. This is so cool that we're able to live stream to like multiple platforms. I wonder, do we have any comments on Facebook? We do. Oh, geez. Hey, hey guys, staff people. Hi. Hey, we've got some comments in Facebook. If someone can handle that, that'd be great. Okay, thanks. Unless somebody already did it. Oh, yay, Susan loves torties. I've got to reply to them because apparently we weren't watching Facebook. Oh, hey, it's definitely posting as me. Well, that's not good. Okay. Well, dang it. Can someone just take care of the Facebook, please? Because it's not my deal. I don't know how to use Facebook. Anyways, all right, back to this, Grant. Focus. Focus! Focus! All right. We've got our one, and this is it, right? This is the entire design. We've been going for how long now? An hour. Hey, not bad. Did it in an hour. I'm proud of myself for that. But we're not done yet. Are you good? Do we need a cat break? Here, look at her, just licking the chungus. Enhance. Hey. Everybody needs a good cat break. Just look at her. Adorable. Itch in her ear. I got it. I got it for you, baby. I got you. I got you. All right. Wrong way. There. Back to me. Eilish is asking, do you get to see it print in real time? No. This is going to be a long print. We're not 100% done, though. We have to add, like, all the stuff. You know, I was originally going to do really dumb designs on it, like a Picatinny rail mount, which you could put, like, lights and stuff. They're mainly found on, like firearms and such. But it's a known standard. And I was going to go to GrabCAD, grab a Picatinny rail, because it's a known standard, and I can build stuff to then mount onto it. But, like, nah. And here's the deal. We've got, and I'm going to go to the big cam again. We have the bottom of the cane here. It's thinner than the top of the cane. That's really easy for us to deal with because all we have to do is go in, change the diameter, and everything else should follow it, theoretically. And so the diameters will change, but none of the exterior stuff will. So when you're looking at the cane, it should be reasonably smooth all the way down, which is what I want. I want it to look the same all the way down. What we can also do then is we can look at using, longer pieces with less bolts. So we look at these and they're 30 millimeters and I've got 2 bolts in it. This darn thing's going to look like something that would come out of Hot Topic, which is kind of crazy. But, oh, I can reply. Give me a second. I feel bad because there were people on Facebook that didn't get responses. Team, make sure we follow Facebook too. We've had like comments and shares and some cool stuff, so dig it. So now we gotta choose which side we want. I've always wanted this side to be my front, so let's go ahead and do it. You know what? Let's do our 12 first. So let's do a pattern, rectangular pattern. We're going to choose bodies. We're going to grab them both. We're going to do a direction. Should be in that direction. We want to do 11 since we already have one. Oh, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt real bad. Should be 11. I don't know. I don't know the distance. Let's just keep stretching it till it doesn't look like they overlap anymore. There. We don't have any overlap. I'm assuming if we go to 300. Is 300 dead on? Looks like it might be. We'll do 310. The nice thing is we can always adjust this later on. So, boom! We've got lots of stuff ready to go here. God, this is so cool. I'm so excited we're doing this. Like, I just... Yeah. Can't see what you're doing. Oh, no! Oh, it's been Big Grant the whole damn time! Guys! Oh, damn it, they did tell me. Yeah, you can see me now. Sorry. All right. Well, we're gonna delete it. We're gonna delete it. No, I'll do it again. We're gonna do it again. We saw this, right? We got to here. So, all right, we're gonna go to create. Really? Really? I'm working here. I'm live streaming. You agreed for extra catnip. Oh man, I hit the mic. Sorry. You agreed for extra catnip that you would behave. I need you to behave. Okay? Okay? Okay. This is how staff meetings go. She looks at me with just complete and utter disdain. Yes, I know. Look at these beans. Look at them. Yeah. See? See? Harassment. Harassment. You saw it. You saw it. I being abused by staff members. Don't joke about those things, Grant. All right, so we went to create rectangular pattern. We're doing bodies. We're gonna drag over all of them, so we have the 2 that we want. We need 11. Oh, we need to just select the direction, which is vertical, and we need quantity 11. The distance we're gonna choose. I know from last time when you guys weren't watching, it's 310. So there we go. And so you see how we have some hidden stuff here? We can actually drag the history back and forth. So if I want to get rid of that, it's gone. I want to add the second one because I want to hate myself. We can do that. But I know we don't need anything after, so we're going to do delete all features after history mark. That's important. You don't want a lot of hidden stuff. It tends to complicate. But look at that. We got 12 of them now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dang it, Bobby. I guess it's 11 including the 1. I had no idea. The more you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. All right, so now we need to do another plane or another sketch. But to do that, I might need somebody's help. This is something that I don't know how to do, and it's something that I've always wanted to learn how to do. I want to put a sketch, and I want to properly push it around this and not have some really crazy stuff. But Fusion has a really dumb problem, and it pisses me off to no end. I have to do individual sketches. It cannot do vertical... what the hell? And for those wondering, I'm using the 3D connection. If I didn't use the 3D connection, it would be Control to move around, Alt to rotate, although I don't think Alt actually does anything, and then Shift is a zoom feature, but your scroll wheel on your mouse does the same thing. I like 3D connection because it allows me to move around. That is not sponsored. I paid like $45 for this one off of eBay. Buy them used so you can buy them cheap. 14.5, good enough. Let's do that. That now gets us a sketch on the surface. Embrez, I'm told. I don't know what that means. Fits sketch curves to a mesh. Choose. Let's do that. Well, maybe. So what does this do? Choose the sketch curve type, then select the start and end points of the mesh selection. Create multiple curves. Oh, I don't know. Let's try it. I don't know what's going to happen. Curve type. It's just an arc. First fit point is... Okay. Whatever. I don't know how to do that, so we're not going to do it. I don't know what Andrew's referencing when he says we wouldn't accept a sponsorship from... Who? I don't remember who I was talking about. Oh, it's a Grant problem. Oh, well. But yeah, if you're hanging out on other platforms, come hang out on YouTube with us. One, we need more watch hours. We are trying to push toward getting monetization on YouTube. But two, that's the thing I have open in the background is YouTube. So, you know, come hang out. We're almost done, though. We're getting there. So let's do text. Oh, yes, 3D connection. You know, honestly, I would totally accept a sponsorship from them. I would totally accept a sponsorship from 3D Connection. I think that their systems are really, really important. It's 3D-CONNEXION. It's a really weird spelling for it, but I have an older one. It is a Space Pilot Pro. I bought it because I'm vain and I love screens on things that I can turn RGB. Like, I literally have an RGB mouse because, one, this mouse is also 60 grams and it's phenomenal to use, but two, duh, freaking RGB. Were you able to see that? Yeah, you were totally able to see that. White RGB mouse, RGB keyboard, and I don't know. I tend to believe I'm a gamer or something. That was not what I wanted. So text. We have the surface. Before we do that, let's project. Let's project this, this, and that. Cool. Now we're going to do create text. We're going to do it between here and here. That's where we want the text to be. Embossing text. Well, we're going to figure it out. Text on a path. No, it probably won't work. Yeah, no, that's going to work. We're going to do middle. And this is just going to be a 3. We're going to use Ossifont because it is one of the fonts that we utilize. And if people didn't know this about Ossifont, it is an open source font, which is totally cool. Ossifont. Cool stuff. We're going to probably hit nope. Just put that in the middle. Oh man, I love you guys. You guys are like helping me out. Embossing text. I'm gonna put it on the main screen so you guys can read it with me. It's all about embossing text. Oh, it's a video. Alright, well, I'll put it on my screen then. I'm gonna put this so that we can put it in the description. Oh, what am I doing? I can comment it. That's what I'm reading. And I'm going to listen to it because you all can't hear what I'm listening to. Oh, and apparently I can't hear them either. Did I must have muted stuff. Oh well. We're going to bold it because I just think it looks better, and we're going to take our... you know, that might work. So they're just doing sketch, explode text. Interesting. Thomas, you still watching? If you are, tell me which one. Do we want bold or do we want non-bold? I think we want bold. You know what? I'm just calling it. I want bold. Is 20 good? 20 is good, but I think, yeah, Fusion has an issue with this, with Ossifont, because it's not a vectorized thing. So we will have to choose a different font because it's not vectorized. I think it's going to be a problem. But oh well, let's see what we're gonna do. All right, so we have this. We're going to explode the text, which is apparently a thing we need to do. Oh, hey, that gives it to me as a thing. Okay, modify. Alright, so we're going to finish the sketch. It says modify. I want to split a face. Okay, split a face. Guess we're going to choose that face. Sure. Splitting tool. That. Nope, that didn't work. Interesting. Oh, see, this is the problem when Grant gets kind of out of his... you know, let's turn off the bodies real quick. And then let's make sure... Could not create the geometry with the given parameters. Multiple wires, too complex sweep to handle. The sweep does not have... Whatever. I don't care. We're just going to extrude it. Is that... Oh, it won't let me do that anymore because we exploded the text. cut. Why do we ever... Oh, because it's not a vector. Well. Oh, well. I may not know what I'm doing. Clearly I don't. But, I tried. So I'm guessing it's because this is not a standard font for Fusion. So let's go back into here. Let's explode it again, because I did like that. That was really nice. I just wish that I could now extrude that, and I don't think I can. Yeah. It's not going to let me extrude it, so that's a shame. We're going to go back, and we're going to use a different text. So I'm just hitting Control-Z to go back. We're going to go back and use a different font. Kind of sucks. Maybe if somebody watching could assist us, or I'll just bother some of the chats that I'm on. We will have to do it differently, unfortunately. So let's just grab a random font. Probably an Adobe font, because that's what it likes. Oh, I hate Arial. Oh, God, I was just going to use Arial. I'm like, no. No. Oh, but let's make it not bold. Oh, God, that's still terrible. I don't know. Hey, in the chat, let me know what font are we using? Someone tell me what font you want. See, some of these fonts aren't, Some of these fonts aren't right, and that's okay. I might have to work on this off camera and then just do a little video on it. We are going to cut this live stream up into an actual video, so if you guys weren't able to catch the whole thing, you will be able to later on. Sorry, I didn't exactly plan for this one. No, that's not a font. I'm not using that. Y'all are mean to me. The only font Andrew knows is Papyrus. Ooh, I didn't like that. Are we having a ball today? Yeah, we're having a ball today. Damn it, Andrew. You're messing with me. You know, I don't know when the staff is messing with me and when they're not. Clearly, he was screwing with me then, and I did not know it. I really would love Ossifont to work, but unfortunately, it's not going to. So we might have to stop here. This still gets us kind of the skin that we were looking for. So kind of is what it is. I think for now we'll stop here. Let me do another pattern. Actually, so many bodies. Let me copy the bodies. Control-C, Control-V gets you a copy. Put them down here. I can cheat. Well, I'm going to save this no matter what. Cane upgrades. There you go. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, man. Yeah, I know, Allison. You know, some people really want to find themselves asking for a job. Tell me to use Papyrus. Thank you. It's like the wind's knocked out of my sail now, but kind of is the way it is. All right, so for these, we need to do... What we could do is take this, copy it, and make another one. But I want to do everything in one piece, so that's what we're going to do. So we have our sketch. We're going to project here and here. We're going to project them. What? There. That and that. I want them both. You're not going to give it to me because you're the project tool, and that's just how you do things. Okay, you're saying avoid Comic Sans, but are you saying to avoid... Everybody loves Comic Sans. You know, I will say a funny story. A buddy of mine has a really expensive 5-axis CNC mill. Like, crazy expensive. You're talking house payment expensive machine. Damn keyboards, Comic Sans. Pisses me off every time. The bottom section of the cane... David? No. How do you know? Have I told you what his staff's name is, David? No. This is a buddy, not a staff member. All right, so it is 19.44 millimeters in diameter, which is totally fine. We're going to take these down to 20. So we're going to do probably a circle here. We're going to do an offset. It's going to be weird. No, screw it. It's just easier to do a circle. C for circle. There. Was 19.44, so... I don't know, 19... Maybe 20. They wouldn't put Comic Sans on a movie logo, though. There's a font called David. I'm reasonably gullible, and this is a problem, because I think you all are going to screw with me. So we're gonna bisect this as well, so that when we extrude, we're only extruding to 1/2. That's kind of all that we need. Yeah. All right, so now we can extrude this. Oops, messed up. Need to take this end. Need to make it coincident with that. You won't let me do it, so fine. We're going to do things my way. We're going to do a line here, here, finish sketch. Going to extrude here and here. And go over to here. Whoop, you big dummy. All right, let's take a look at the body that we're working on. We should be working on that one. So let's remove the underside of it. Okay, we've got that. Now we're going to do the exact same thing here. We're going to turn that sketch back on. I'm going to extrude here, here. And the reason I'm doing that I'm like removing the other one, is so that they don't end up fusing together. So if we go back to here, and I do this, and I hit join, now we only have one piece. They fused together. So when I do this, I have to make sure that I turn off a piece that I don't want it to join to. It's a little frustrating, but it kind of is the way it is. There's not much we can do about it. So there we go. We still have our individual pieces. So this is going to be... I'm going to rename this bottom front. So if somebody on my staff... or on the staff, on the cat's staff, really, knows how to do this, put it in the chat, ping me in Discord, let me know to do the words the way that I want, because I might have done all this for nothing. I mean, I guess ultimately I can get stickers made. I'll know where to go for those, since we have lots of people on our channel that are cricketers and crafters, and we want to get you guys doing really cool stuff. Like this. And so let's take a look at the cane handle. You can also see I did 5 versions of it over here. Let me make sure that you can see all of that. You can't. So let's scroll down. The cane handle's got a bunch of versions. And so we can see the initial sketch. We can see the 4 different times that I did save it throughout the system. Oh, Allison's asking if Avatar had it. I don't know. I don't know if it did. Whatever. Just make sure we don't have any more comments. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I think next time, let's see, what have we learned, right? Because everything is always about learning. So what have we learned? I've definitely learned that I should have some background music playing, which I can do through my computer. I just didn't think about it. So let me know what kind of genres of music you guys like, and we'll play it in the background. Has to be royalty free. I might just end up getting like a Monster Cat license. I'm a jazz and swing kind of person. That's always what I've liked. That's actually how Amber and I met. We met swing dancing, which is kind of cool. For those that don't know, before my back injury, I was a dancer. And I guess COVID kind of ruined all that too. But yeah, we've got our hardware. We've got our software. And we've got a part. I guess before we end it, since I'm kind of feeling as though I am not qualified to continue, I kind of need some help. Maybe we'll come back on with a designer that can assist me. Because yeah, at the end of the day, surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. It's not about what you know, it's who you know. Look at that. It looks beautiful though. We're not going to do any of the crazy stuff today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll do them next week. We'll do another, let's do another live stream next week. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do another live stream next week where we upgrade this. We finish this off. Kane stuff V2 coming next week. Maybe I'll have a little bit more understanding under it. Someone says check Discord. Cool. True fonts for CAD projects. And Ossifont. So dope. Well, I'm feeling a little burned out because I thought I was going to do something. I thought it was going to go great, and it didn't. And that's okay. This is all a learning process, and that means we get to have you all back next Wednesday or sometime next week. Allison, is it you who's in the UK? I'm pretty sure it is. Let me see. Well, whoever's in the UK, reach out to me. I'm going to put, our emails, or leave a comment. What time would be good for you? I don't want you guys having to stay up too late to hang out with us. Okay, cool. It is you, Allison. Awesome. If there's a better time or a better day that works for you all next week, let me know. Tuesdays and Thursday and Fridays nights, I am booked in meetings, so those won't work for me. We can do them during the day. I know you're still awake. Good Lord, I appreciate you hanging out with us. What is it? It's like 1 a.m. for you, isn't it? Or midnight? Something. I don't know. But yes, this is why I wanted to do this with you all and not just have one of our designers do it. Because ultimately, not only is it learning for me, but it's learning for you. Right? If I just paid someone to come on here and just show you how to do everything, does it get the job done? Yeah, it totally gets the job done. But do you learn anything? Right? You don't. Oh, gosh. Okay, it is. So it's 12:30 where you are right now, Allison. I'm sorry. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Seriously, you and a few of the others have been, like, absolutely pivotal in helping us kind of grow this channel appropriately and creating content that everyone wants to see. Because, yeah, 3D printing is not necessarily an industry that's dominated by females. It's actually completely the opposite. It's dominated by males. And so when we look at our metrics for YouTube, we are over 50% female for our audience. And I want to make sure that we're creating content that kind of fits what you all want to see, right? Because at the end of the day, you all are our viewers. That one's a bit of a tough one. And we know this is a tough thing to learn. Fusion 360, CAD is tough to learn. And if I put an expert that's been doing it for a long time, they're not the best at explaining what they're doing. Hopefully, I've done a decent job. I appreciate it. Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this one. Take care. Keep making awesome. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And, yeah. Have a good one. This is our first stream. Let me know. Let me know how it went. Please, if you're watching this afterwards, let me know how it went. Take care. Have a good one.